I'm a proper acting school graduate, yet they made me play a corrupt official. Just from taking a bite of noodles with a clove of garlic, the whole audience actually spoke up for me, saying I was completely innocent. Then, they made me play a total creep. My vicious look was so convincing, countless parents used it to scare their kids. But, when I joined an acting variety show, I got completely robbed by some nepotism baby. The cop role that should have been mine? Stripped away, and they forced me to play a strung-out junkie instead. Looking at my role as a junkie, my heart just sank to the bottom. How the hell am I supposed to act this out? Just as I was cursing under my breath, a sudden electronic voice chimed in. Congratulations to the host. You have activated the fake turns real system. Target role detected, junkie. Rewarding the host with the physical state of a hardcore, 10-year junkie. I instantly jumped. Holy crap, isn't this my ticket to the top? But the very next second, I felt every single drop of energy in my body just completely drain away. I couldn't stop myself from opening my mouth in a massive yawn. Tears just kept pouring down my face. Assessment, begin. Both contestants, please get into your character positions. Wait, give me a second to prepare. I threw those words out, bolted to the corner of the room, squatted down, and started violently dry heaving. Everyone in the room was totally stunned. What the hell is he doing? Meanwhile, Yi Ming, the guy who stole my cop role, just shrugged it off. Puking from nerves, huh? His mental state is absolute garbage. Yi Ming, get into character. Find your groove. Got it. As for me, huddled in the corner, my mind was screaming. Something was seriously wrong with my body. I was crashing, and crashing hard. Even though I've never touched that garbage in real life, suddenly feeling like this. My arms completely covered in goosebumps, my stomach churning violently like a hurricane. My limbs trembling, and breaking out in a cold sweat all over? This was absolutely not normal. Remembering the system's voice in my head just now, with a simple thought, I snapped back to normal. Every single awful symptom vanished instantly. In that moment, I almost cried out of pure relief. Thank God I can switch it off. This system is absolutely insane. It can actually turn me into the exact character I'm playing. I really became a literal junkie. Hey, Lu Chen, are you ready or not? Keep stalling like this and you're eliminated. I'm ready. With just a single thought, I switched back into the junkie's body and slowly forced myself to stand. I turned around, shivering uncontrollably, and staggered my way over to sit across from Yi Ming. As soon as I collapsed into the chair, everyone in the room froze. Why is his face turning totally pale? Following the cue of Judge Meng shouting, "Action!" the assessment officially began. Yi Ming was playing the interrogator. It was an undercover cop role, which required him to have a sharp, piercing gaze and overwhelmingly intimidating body language. So, Yi Ming sat there stiff and upright, with a dead serious expression. But man, there were way too many things wrong with his performance. First off, he was actually wearing heavy makeup today, and his eyes weren't sharp in the slightest. If anything, he just looked kind of sleazy. Sitting right across from him, I was playing a junkie losing his mind during interrogation, completely ravaged by withdrawals. I had 10 lines in total, barely 12 words each, all super simple, 12 words at most. As soon as the scene started, I threw myself entirely into the character. My whole body was violently convulsing, my face pale and sickly. Sitting there, one hand subconsciously scratching my arm. The back of my neck was dripping with cold sweat. My t-shirt was completely soaked. Officer, got a smoke? Give me one. Is this guy acting or is it real? Look at him, his face is totally pale. And since when did his eyes get so bloodshot? There's no way he's actually, right? I swear I don't know the dealer you're looking for. Officer, just give me a glass of water, please. Staring at me like that, staring won't do you any damn good. Please just let me have one smoke. I can't talk anymore. Shaking uncontrollably, eyes completely bloodshot, and clearly becoming more and more manic. Across from me, Yi Ming shifted his posture, going from his arrogant slouch at the start, to sitting bolt upright, completely on guard. The defensiveness was obvious. The rest of his expression was pure terror. Was this guy actually having a withdrawal episode? Could anyone really act to this level? Yi Ming suddenly turned his head and shot a glance at Examiner Meng. Right now, the 3 examiners were looking at each other in shock, including the 2 camera crew guys in the corner. Everyone was thinking the exact same thing. This guy looks like he's actually having withdrawals. My expression twisted into something vicious, frantically wiping the sweat off my face. I glared at Yi Ming, my eyes savage and completely unhinged. You want to pry open my mouth? Gee, give me a damn cigarette, or else you won't get jack shit out of me. What the hell are you looking at? Hit me, come on, hit me. I can see it in your eyes, you really want to beat the crap out of me, don't you? Come on, hit me, beat me to death. I practically screamed those last few words at the top of my lungs. Yi Ming was genuinely terrified by my crazed look. He subconsciously jumped to his feet, backing up several steps. His face was pale with panic, knocking his chair right over. At the same time, the 3 examiners stood up too. The whole vibe in the audition room had completely shifted. Seeing my state getting scarier by the second, Examiner Meng rushed over to the senior examiner. He whispered, "Mr. Zhang." The senior examiner, Zhang Weiren, was getting flustered too. He didn't say a word, just stared intently at me. He couldn't figure out if this kid was just acting, or if he was genuinely having severe withdrawals. At least up to this point, I had already delivered 7 of my 10 lines. Especially that last line, the absolute madness and hysteria in my voice. And those last few shouts of "hit me," "beat me to death." I had ad-libbed all of that on the spot, and the effect was dialed up to 11. Right now, the senior examiner, Zhang Weiren, felt goosebumps breaking out all over his body. If this was just acting, it was so immersive that it made him doubt reality, wondering if this young man was truly having a relapse. If so, then his acting skills were absolutely god tier. Over in the corner, the 2 camera crew guys huddled together whispering, "Holy shit, Lee. Is this kid actually having withdrawals? Mind your own business. The bosses haven't said anything yet, just keep watching. But Lee, I feel like he's about to completely lose it. What if he snaps and flips the table? We should get ready to step in. I heard people having withdrawals are like rabid dogs. If he bites us, we'll need rabies shots." Before he could even finish his sentence, there was a massive crash. I was now entirely in the zone of a raging addict, flipping the damn table the second I saw it. Smashing every chair in sight. I couldn't stand the look of anything. Pacing back and forth, completely on edge and ready to snap. Like a caged beast, just wanting to tear everything to shreds. I let out a guttural roar and lunged right at Yi Ming. That sudden move scared the absolute life out of him. He turned pale and stumbled backward. In his blind panic, his own feet got tangled up, and wham. He landed hard on his ass. That was all it took to light my fuse. I charged him, slamming my knee straight into his chest. I was screaming my lungs out, "Just give me a hit. Help, somebody help. Lu Chen, what the hell are you doing? Quick, someone get over there and pull him off. Oh man, we're screwed. He's actually having withdrawals. Just run for it." Right then, I actually managed to dig a pack of smokes out of Yi Ming's pocket. I curled up on the floor, hands shaking uncontrollably, struggling with everything I had just to pull out one cigarette. I kept dropping the lighter over and over. Finally got a flame and took a massive, desperate drag. Tears, snot, and drool were completely smeared across my face as I blew out a thick cloud of smoke. I muttered to myself, "Man, I'd die for just one hit." The 2 cameramen in the middle of the room, yeah, both of them, dragged Yi Ming far away, leaving a long, wet trail across the floor. Yi Ming had literally pissed his pants in terror. Examiner Meng frantically grabbed his phone to call the cops. For their own safety, the senior examiner, Zhang Weiren, and the female judge both backed away to the rear exit. Nobody dared to come anywhere near me. Meanwhile, I stayed curled up in the corner, nervously puffing away. It wasn't until 10 minutes later that the wail of sirens echoed outside. The audition room doors burst open, and 2 uniformed cops marched in. Meng immediately rushed over, frantically pointing right at me in the corner. "That's him. He's definitely a junkie having withdrawals. Just look at how badly he terrified one of our contestants." The 2 officers frowned. One whipped out a stun baton, while the other pulled out pepper spray. They slowly closed in on me. Just as they were about to take me down, I suddenly whipped my head around and looked at them. Quick question, did anyone yell cut yet? Are you 2 security guys part of the act?" The officers didn't say a single word. They just hauled me right out of there. As I was dragged out of the audition room, over 100 people outside had their phones out, recording everything. "Did you guys hear? One of the contestants is totally a junkie. And the crazy part is, the audition was to play a fiend. Then right in the middle of his act, he actually went into withdrawals. It was absolutely terrifying. I heard he literally made his competitor wet his pants. You know, that cosplayer guy, Sen Chi Mei Nan? The famous streamer pissed himself right on the spot. The rumors spread like wildfire online. All sorts of insane posts were flying everywhere. But without fail, every single one of them was about me. By evening, as the sun began to dip below the horizon, I finally walked out of the police station, feeling completely relieved. Both the urine and blood tests came back completely clean. There wasn't a single trace of anything illegal in my system. So everything that happened in that audition room was purely just me acting my heart out. Walking out the main gate, right behind me was an officer, the exact same one from this afternoon. The officer who personally dragged me to the police station. His name is Ma Jun. After we walked to the side of the road, Ma Jun patted my shoulder. Head home, young man. And as for your participation in the competition, we will issue an official document for you, just to prove your innocence. Thank you, Officer Ma. Hey, don't mention it. To be honest, when I saw you earlier, I really thought you were having withdrawals. To think you were just acting, that was truly breathtaking. Thanks for the compliment, I'll be going now. Thanks for your help, Officer Ma. As for the show, please send that proof document over as soon as possible. Don't worry, off you go. That very night, the Yanjing City Local Police Station issued an official public statement. Because I was taken away directly from the audition site for What is an Actor. It caused quite a huge uproar online. So, the police found it necessary to publicly clarify the situation. Meanwhile, the What is an Actor production crew, along with the person in charge of the Yanjing audition site, and even those 3 judges, all received the official document from the police station. After reading through the document, the 3 judges, who were having dinner together that night, were completely dumbfounded. It wasn't drug withdrawals, so he was just acting it out. Good heavens, that performance was absolutely god tier. As a result, the senior judge John Wyron and the female judge slammed the table right then and there to make the decision. I successfully advanced. The judge surnamed Meng was left speechless. I mean, what else could he say? He was totally shocked himself. Plus, that little internet celebrity literally wet his pants during the audition because my acting was so incredibly realistic. With trash like that, they couldn't even save him if they threw their conscience away. Better just drop it. And just like that, I successfully moved on to the next round. At 9:30 in the evening, What is an Actor published the initial audition results on their official website. In the Yanjing Division's list of advancing candidates, my name was impressively right there. At the very same time, the website also released a separate statement, attaching the official proof document from the police. To completely clear my name, everyone who saw the clarification statement was completely bewildered. What does this mean? So Lu Chen's acting was just too realistic? That he scared his opponent into wetting his pants, and terrified the judges into calling the cops? He's actually innocent. Even novels wouldn't dare write a plot like this. So, the winds on the internet instantly shifted. My name once again dominated the entire trending searches list. But this time, it was unanimously praising my incredible acting skills. Midnight, Yi Ming was in a terrible mood. He wouldn't be doing any cosplay tonight. He attended an audition this afternoon, only to end up wetting his pants because of that absolute psycho. It was humiliating beyond belief. He was in no mood to stream, but he still had to open his channel and say a few words to his fans. This was his magic weapon for maintaining fan relations. He had to interact with them to keep the love alive. So, Yi Ming changed into some casual clothes, simply touched up his look. And after turning on the beauty filters, he was still a gorgeous, ethereal-looking pretty boy. Once everything was set, he started the stream. But today, the moment he opened his live room, to his absolute shock, the live viewer count had just smashed past 50,000. He only had around 300,000 followers in total, and his usual live streams barely got any traffic. Having over 10,000 viewers would already make him a top influencer. So what the hell was going on today? The numbers were skyrocketing, as if everyone had been waiting just for him to log on. Yi Ming's mood instantly brightened, and he struck a cool pose for the camera. Good evening, fam. Just like always, your boy Ming Ming is here to chat with you guys before bed. Suddenly, Yi Ming stopped talking. The smile completely froze on his face. The screen was absolutely flooded with live comments, and the chat was scrolling at the speed of light. Ha ha ha, I'm literally dying of laughter. Not gonna lie, I'm just here to see the streamer do a handstand and crap himself. Bro, did you see the audition results? I heard Lu Chen actually made it through. Holy crap, I saw the leaked video online. His acting was absolutely god tier. He crushed everyone else. Is this for real? You couldn't even tell he was acting. Hey, did anyone notice that the clip of our streamer crapping his pants got cut out? Otherwise, bro would be world famous by now. Well, he's pretty famous now anyway. Everyone's calling you the diarrhea diva. Hurry up. Come on, bro, time for that live handstand poop stream. Let's go. Seriously, if you don't do it right now, I am unfollowing you right this second. I mean it. Oh damn, that's his top donator. Haha, tonight is gonna be epic. Yi Ming was absolutely dumbfounded. Even his top donator was threatening to unfollow him. He watched in horror as the live viewer count kept climbing higher and higher. It was about to break 100,000, and every single one of them was chanting to unfollow him. Unfollow, unfollow, unfollow. If he actually lost all his fans, his entire channel would be completely dead. He'd have to start all over again from zero. Worse, his agency would absolutely sue him for breach of contract. Just thinking about those massive penalty fees sent shivers down his spine. Gritting his teeth, he abruptly stood up. He stared into the camera and forced out the stiffest, most terrifying smile imaginable. and squeezed a single word through his teeth. Fine. A bet is a bet. Fast forward to early the next morning. I was jolted awake by my phone ringing. I groggily dragged myself out of bed. I answered the call, and after hearing just a few words, I was instantly wide awake. I bolted upright in bed, a huge grin spreading across my face. I made it. I successfully advanced from the Yanjing division. The auditions were finally over, and a total of 108 contestants had made the cut. The official elimination rounds would kick off in a month, right here in Yanjing City. That definitely made things a lot easier for me. Besides that, What is an Actor was an incredibly hot show right now, and one of the biggest reasons for its massive popularity was that the entire competition was broadcast live, streaming simultaneously across all major platforms. Because of that, the ratings were absolutely off the charts. And since it's completely live, any drama or conflict gets magnified infinitely, instantly becoming a trending topic. It was super thrilling. I mean, I've watched plenty of shows like this before, but those were always pre-recorded and most of the drama was just heavily edited for views. Honestly, that's pretty boring and totally lacks authenticity. So you really have to hand it to the producers of What is an Actor for having the guts to actually do it all 100% live. It's honestly a brilliant move. I hung up the phone and rubbed my face vigorously, taking it all in. Last night, I stayed up studying the system until past 4 a.m. I went to bed really late. But I also completely figured out just how insanely overpowered this system I activated really is. First off, I have a stats panel. Host, Actor Class, Level 1, Activated Role Template, Junkie, Personal Skills, none. Inventory, none. My current status is displayed right there. It's a very simple stats panel, but what absolutely blew my mind was the explanation of the levels. Right now, I'm at Level 1. At Level 1, I need to experience 30 character models and activate 30 role templates to advance to Level 2. So, what's the difference between Level 1 and Level 2? Level 1 roles are all just ordinary people. For example, like a junkie, a chef, a lawyer, a teacher, and so on. They are real-life, everyday roles. But what about Level 2? Once I reach Level 2, the roles I can experience expand into types that don't actually exist in the real world. Like martial artists, all those wuxia characters, action heroes. It expands into these special categories. My system is called the Make It Real system. That means, the moment I play a role, the system will actually turn me into that character and grant me all of their corresponding skills. So, once I hit Level 2, if I try playing an ancient martial arts master or a modern-day assassin, I will literally become a true master or a real killer and possess all their kung fu and lethal techniques. Then, what about Level 3? That's even more terrifying. Once I reach Level 3, the roles expand into the realm of immortals, which means, when I act in an immortal cultivation drama, I will be granted actual immortal powers. I'll even possess their magical skills. That is the secret of the Make It Real system. It's incredibly powerful, truly worthy of being a transmigrator's cheat code. I mean, what transmigrator doesn't reach the peak of life relying on a system? So, I'm super excited. I'm absolutely looking forward to the future. But, to reach that peak and obtain the supreme power of an immortal realm, it's going to take a pretty long time. Host, Huo Chang, Class, Actor. Yeah, it's going to take a pretty long time, and the system does have its limits. My identity is locked to the actor profession, so I can only use the act of performing to obtain role templates. I can't just direct and act in my own made-up scenes. I can't cheat the system to grind out roles. I have to play by the rules and get actual character scripts from major film crews in the real world. Or get acting qualifications by participating in variety shows like What is an Actor. Fortunately, I'm in no rush. Since I've already activated the system, I'll just take it one step at a time. From Level 1 to Level 2 requires experiencing 30 roles. From Level 2 to Level 3, who knows how many roles I'll need to experience. Right now, the best way to level up is exactly to participate in these types of variety shows. Yeah, participating in these variety shows, or running around as an extra in major film crews. I absolutely refuse to be some big star. And I won't sign with any talent agency either, because I don't need to actually star in a full movie. That would take way too much time. Some movies take years just for one production cycle. I can't afford to wait that long. So, my ultimate goal is to be the most badass background extra in history. Around 9:30, I got fully dressed and finally stepped out of my rundown rented apartment. After that, I grabbed a cab and headed straight to a hotel near the Yanjing Film Academy. It's a hotspot where indie crews recruit extras. The upper floors are packed with small production teams, which is why the ground floor is always swarming with people. They're all extras holding on to big dreams of becoming superstars. They just hang out downstairs every single day, waiting for someone to come down and cast them. Even if it's just for a walk-on part. Some of these guys are actually professionally trained. while others are just passionate newbies blindly trying to break into showbiz. The only upside here is that there are no shady agents or middlemen. Since it's right next to the film academy, it's pretty much ruled by the students there. When I got there, I quietly took my spot in the shade of a tree, just like everyone else. And then, you just wait. Every now and then, someone comes down from the hotel looking for extras. You get about 7 or 8 chances a day. If you're lucky, you can actually earn a paycheck. If not, you can at least score a free boxed lunch. I used to come here a lot in the past, so I know the drill. I had only been standing there for a few minutes when someone came down. It was a chubby guy, wearing a blue shirt and sweating buckets. His armpits were completely soaked. Anybody here know how to cook? At the very least, you gotta know how to toss a wok. Age between 25 and 35. You'll get lines, real lines, the moment they heard that. The anxious extras swarmed him instantly. I can cook. Me too. I can toss a wok. I'm super good at it. But I'm 36, is that okay? Just 1 year over the limit. I can make fried rice, does that count? What if I can't toss a wok? I can cook Sichuan, Shandong, Cantonese, and Western dishes. The chubby guy was completely surrounded. He was getting even hotter, and all the shouting made his ears ring. It was clearly driving him crazy. Standing off to the side, I couldn't help but chuckle. The ones who immediately start screaming like that are basically all rookies. A seasoned extra like me would never swarm over like a bunch of flies. You have to wait for the perfect moment. Watching the chaotic shouting die down a bit, I called out at just the right time. I can cook, I can toss a wok, and I'm 26. I kept it short and sweet, hitting all the key points. The chubby guy noticed me immediately and turned to shoot me a glance. Suddenly, he got this weird look on his face. He impatiently shoved past the crowd and hurried over to me, looking puzzled. You look familiar. Oh, I remember now. Weren't you at that acting audition thing yesterday? You're Lu Chen, right? That's you, isn't it? The guy who played a hermit and ended up getting the cops called on him. Right? Yeah, that's me. Ha ha ha, and you're still out here hustling for gigs. Alright, you're hired. Come with me. You got it. Easy as that. I followed the chubby guy into the hotel. They handed me my character profile. It was a low-budget modern drama. The crew had just started shooting that morning, and most of the roles were already cast. But they got a call earlier this morning. For the very first scene of the day, the chef who was supposed to be in the background with a couple of lines had gotten into a car accident. So they desperately needed a last-minute replacement. Anyway, it was just a quick walk-on role. Deliver 2 lines and you're done. Whoever they picked had to go straight to the set and start filming immediately. Inside the room, the casting director. He was a middle-aged guy with black-rimmed glasses. He took one look at me and froze. The chubby guy quickly went over and whispered in his ear. The assistant director's face instantly lit up with understanding. Haha, so it's him. He was trending all over the internet yesterday. A total nobody newcomer, playing a junkie. And ended up getting the cops called on him. That's definitely one way to go viral. You've got potential, kid. But you know what we're looking for here, right? Just 2 lines. You'll basically be a background extra. What do you think? You in? Yeah, I'm in. Alright, can you toss a wok? Yeah, then you'll head to the set with us in a bit. We'll need you around for the next 3 days. It's a 3-day shoot, all kitchen scenes where you'll be cooking. Does that work for you? What about the pay? The usual, $150 a day. Look, even though your stunt yesterday went viral, you're still just an extra. Our going rate for extras is $100 to $150. But since you actually went to acting school, I'll give you the max, $150. Deal? Yeah, no problem. Let's get this contract signed then. We leave for the set in 20 minutes. The chubby guy hurried over and handed me a basic extras contract. It was just a formality. Honestly, for bit part actors like me, these contracts only keep honest people honest anyway. Just the standard rate of $150 a day. So, I quickly scribbled down my signature. And the moment I finished signing my name, target role detected. Congratulations to the host. You are now a world-class, national treasure-level master chef. You have mastered the 8 great culinary traditions, from Sichuan to Cantonese, along with hundreds of regional flavors. You command the secrets of state banquets and are the true heir to the Manchuhan imperial feast. Holy crap, that's insane. Suddenly, my entire body felt like it was soaking in a warm hot spring. It was so warm and soothing. Countless recipes flooded into my mind out of nowhere. Decades of muscle memory and culinary instincts were deeply carved into my bones. The feeling was absolutely surreal. But I should dial it back for now. I'll show off what I can do once we hit the set. An hour later, I followed the chubby guy and the assistant director. We arrived at a small diner on the West 4th Ring Road. This was our shooting location. The place was at least 20 years old. They definitely wanted that vintage, worn-in vibe. As soon as I walked in and caught sight of the lead actress filming her scene, I froze. The female lead of this show was actually Sha Wanqing, the girl who almost ended up being my acting partner yesterday. Looks like she's a total rookie too. But hey, good for her, she's already landing lead roles. Regardless of the budget, it's still a real TV series. Pretty soon, her scenes wrapped up. This girl had a very sweet, girl next door look to her. Her acting was definitely pretty green though. Just one simple scene of her squatting and washing dishes took several takes. But seeing how incredibly cautious and eager to please she was on set, I couldn't help but sigh to myself. It's just so damn hard for newcomers to catch a break these days. Especially for girls. Watching Sha Wanqing head outside, I was just about to nod and say hello. But surprisingly, she just gave me a cold, passing glance and walked right by. By the time she was out the door, I just shook my head. I let it go. The entertainment industry is just like that, kissing up to the top and stepping on the bottom. If we'd bumped into each other on the street, maybe she would have nodded and said hi. But here on set, she's the leading lady now. And me? I'm just a random extra they dragged in at the last minute. The status difference is obvious, you know? The ones with high EQ might fake some polite small talk. But the ones with low EQ? Forget about it. They wouldn't even bother giving a damn extra like me the time of day. And if their show accidentally blows up, they become an overnight sensation. While you're nothing, just a nobody extra forever. So I just let it go. I stood by the door, waiting patiently. The casting director had been whispering in the main director's ear for ages now. What's going on? Did something go wrong? Sure enough, a moment later, the casting director walked out. He walked right up to me, looking dead serious, and said, "Listen, Lou, here's the situation. Before we got back, the female lead brought her own guy over, you know what I mean? The guy playing the chef inside right now." Hearing this, it suddenly all made sense. No wonder Sha Wanqing looked like someone owed her $1 million earlier. She was so cold and dismissive. Turns out, she was trying to sneak her own guy into the cast. Bringing her buddy along just to get his face on camera. Stuff like this happens on set all the time. It's an everyday thing, so I usually wouldn't care less. But the thing is, before I got here, I actually signed a contract with this very casting director. Seeing my eyebrows furrow, he patted me on the shoulder and lowered his voice. "Hey Lou, don't panic just yet. Even though the chef in these scenes is basically just a background extra and only shoots for 3 days. The director is obsessed with the details. The kid they brought in doesn't know the first thing about cooking. Before we got here, they had already shot over a dozen takes. Not a single one was usable. So the boss said he wants to see what kind of vibe you bring to it first. If it feels right, the part is yours. If not, then we'll just have to make do with her guy. You get what I mean, right?" I get it, I nodded. He went on, "That clip of you playing a hermit yesterday. I saw it online. It was seriously impressive. I don't know if you were just acting or what, but you said you can handle a wok and actually cook. So go in there and show me what you've got." "You got it," I replied, walking toward the kitchen looking completely unfazed. With every step, I slipped right into the mindset of a chef. Back in the kitchen, I had already changed into the costume. No makeup, though. The director just wanted to see if I had the right vibe. Because for any role, even if you're just a nobody extra, you've got to have that presence. And once you get in the zone, you naturally become the character. Soon enough, a whole crowd was gathered at the kitchen door. Lights and cameras were all in position, with the main director sitting outside, staring at the monitors. The female lead, Sha Wanqing, was squeezing in at the door too, with the young guy she brought standing right next to her. The kid stared at my back, then leaned into Sha Wanqing's ear and whispered, "Sis, what do we do?" She replied, "Just watch for now. He looks pretty young too. Don't worry about it." Back in the kitchen, as the clapper loader yelled out, "Action!" the cameras started rolling. Standing at the stove, I smoothly fired up the burner and grabbed the wok. I was making egg fried rice. It's the most basic street food there is. But of course, the director wasn't looking at whether the fried rice actually tasted good. He was watching to see if I truly had the soul of a chef. But the moment he looked at the monitor and saw me grab the spatula and fire up the wok, his eyes just lit up. That's the feeling. On the screen, there I was standing at the stove, moving as smooth as water, heating the wok, swirling the oil, pouring it out, and adding in the cold oil. I casually grabbed an egg, and with the classic chef's technique, gave it a gentle squeeze with one hand, cracking the shell right open. I cracked the eggs right into the hot oil. 2 of them. Then I started scrambling them up, my hands moving like a blur. At the same time, I grabbed a rag, gripped the wok, and started tossing. It was absolutely beautiful to watch. That is exactly how a real chef is supposed to look. The director beamed, nodding his head without even realizing it. The crew crowded by the door exchanged glances and nodded in agreement too. It was so natural. No matter how you looked at it, I was a total pro. Before long, I was done. One perfect plate of egg fried rice, ready to go. As I scooped the rice out with the big iron ladle, my movements were sharp and lightning fast. When there was just a tiny bit left in the wok, I even showed off a little trick with the ladle. I gave the bottom of the wok a hard backward scrape, did a smooth backhand twirl. Brought it back to the stove and dropped the last bit of rice right onto the plate. Let me tell you, even most professional chefs couldn't pull that move off. If you don't control the scrape right, the force and angle will send rice flying all over the floor. Over by the door, the casting director was grinning from ear to ear. With this level of skill, he couldn't find a single flaw. I mean, come on, this guy is a straight-up chef. Fried rice is up. Fried rice is up. Take it out to the customer. Cut, came a shout from outside. The audition was over. The casting director was the first one to walk in, giving me a solid pat on the shoulder. Nice work. That was exactly the vibe we needed. The director walked over too. Even though he was trying to keep a straight face, his eyes gave it away. He was absolutely thrilled. He stopped at the kitchen door and just yelled out, "He's our guy. Get him into makeup, right now. We're doing it for real. Hey, little Lou, fry up another plate of egg fried rice. Keep that exact same energy. What you just did was perfect. Alright, everyone, places. Little Shaw, let's hurry up and finish your scene." Shaw Wanching sounded a bit reluctant, so she just gave a comforting pat to the arm of the young guy she'd brought with her, motioning for him to step outside first. She had to finish filming her scene, after all, so the makeup artist got to work on me. A real back kitchen chef needs to look properly greasy and grimy. The director stood right there, giving notes on the makeup. Listening to him for just 2 seconds, I could tell this guy was a total perfectionist. Honestly, if the script for this low-budget drama was even half decent, I had a feeling it would turn out pretty good. The soul of a show really comes down to the director. The actors are secondary. Once the director was done giving his notes, he got ready to leave. Right before he walked out, he glanced over at the fried rice I'd just made. And without even thinking, he just went over and took the whole plate with him. 10 minutes later, action. The clapperboard clacks. The lighting and camera crews scramble around. I don't even get to show my face. I'm just in there stir-frying while the Cinderella-type female lead acts by the kitchen door. Shaw Wanching is squatting on the floor washing veggies. All the camera focus is on her, only occasionally catching a glimpse of me in the background. Outside, the director is glued to the monitor. But wait, he's got a plate in his left hand and a spoon in his right. He's absolutely wolfing down the egg fried rice, enjoying every single bite. Over 2 hours later, Shaw Wanching finally nails her scene. Judging by the director's face, it was probably just a bare pass. But man, in just over an hour, I whipped up 12 plates of egg fried rice. Honestly, my arms are sore as hell. But that was only after I snapped out of my chef mode. While I was actually in the zone cooking, I didn't feel tired at all. Pretty magical, honestly. After that, we shot a few more quick scenes. They didn't take long, and before we knew it, it was lunchtime. I look outside to see tables piled high with egg fried rice. Yep, everyone's having fried rice for lunch today. Skip the boxed lunches. Holy crap, this fried rice is amazing. Every grain of rice is perfectly distinct. The seasoning is spot on. The egg coats the rice beautifully, sprinkled with fresh green onions. It's so fluffy and savory. Hey, Lou, were you a chef before this? Honestly, no. I've just been doing extra work ever since I graduated from film school. I've definitely never been a chef. I just like cooking in my spare time, so I picked up a few tricks. Oh, I see. Not bad at all, kid. This fried rice is out of this world. Fried rice is nothing. I can cook every dish from the 8 great culinary traditions. I can do state banquet dishes too. Even the legendary Manchu Han Imperial Feast. The assistant casting director did a massive spit take. After lunch, I'm standing alone under the shade outside the restaurant, waiting to get paid for the day. Being an extra means getting paid by the day. I've finished shooting my background scenes, so I pocketed my $150. That's my food sorted for 3 days. I open up my stat panel to take a look. When it comes to this system, I'm bound to. The absolute best way to level up is by playing an extra. I just need to experience as many different roles as possible. Once I build up a little rep, I could step up to being a featured extra or a foreground actor. Go a bit higher, and playing a guest role is plenty. There's absolutely zero need to become a full-time lead actor. Shooting a whole movie or a TV series takes way too damn long. It's totally unnecessary. If I just dip my toes into a few different roles, I'll have more than enough skills to improve my life, maybe even live like a king. Take this chef role, for example. The buff the system gave me is seriously insane. From the 8 great cuisines to state banquets, I can even cook the lost Manchu Han Imperial Feast. What more could a guy ask for? I close the stat panel. I give a huge, satisfying stretch. Suddenly, I hear footsteps behind me. I look back, and it's Sha Wanqing. She strolls over slowly, her hands behind her back, flashing a warm smile. Lu Chen, fancy seeing you here. I had no idea they brought you in as an extra. When I saw you this morning. Oh, you totally startled me. Did I? Then how come I didn't see you jump? Haha, you're hilarious. At first glance, she really does look pure and sweet. With a kind of simple, innocent vibe. But when you look closely, her eyes are full of this sleazy, calculated look. She hides it so well. If I hadn't seen her looking so cold and dismissive when she first arrived this morning, I might have actually thought she came over just to say hi. But she definitely didn't. Do you need something? Honestly, that video of your performance at whatever actor audition yesterday. I watched it too. It really freaked me out. Really? Was that state really just you acting? Hey, I'm honestly a little suspicious. Damn. This woman. So, what's the subtext behind you being suspicious? Are you saying I'm actually a drug addict? This woman came over on purpose just to be nasty. Actually, when I saw you here, I was pretty shocked too. Do you know this crew? I just feel like your acting doesn't deserve the lead role in this sequel. You are so lucky. How exactly did you get the female lead? I'm honestly a little suspicious too. Sha Wanqing's sweet little face instantly turned pale with anger. Her eyebrows were twitching. She knew exactly what I was implying, mocking the fact that she definitely slept with the director to get this lead role. It's not exactly a rare thing anyway. Actresses sleeping with directors for a role is incredibly common. It's just that a lot of them love to play the innocent victim while doing it. I turned around and walked away, completely ignoring a furious, teeth-gritting Sha Wanqing. Whatever, I'm just an extra anyway. Just a background prop for 3 days. I went into the small diner and found the casting director. I quickly got my pay for the day. Right as I was leaving, the casting director pulled me aside. The director made some last-minute changes to your scenes for tomorrow. We're giving you more screen time, and adding a few lines. Didn't you? Didn't you say you can cook the 8 great cuisines? And state banquet specialties? Even the Manchu Han Imperial Feast? Is that what you said? I nodded. There's a dish on the menu called squirrel mandarin fish. You know how to make it, right? I do. Great. Your added scene for tomorrow is cooking that exact dish. What do you think? Any problem with that? That dish takes a lot of time to make. I'll need extra pay. No problem. 1,500 a day. I'll pay you the premium featured extra rate. How does that sound? Fair enough? Ha ha ha, sounds good. But there's a catch. Your main job is still acting as an extra. You have to deliver your lines perfectly. We added lines for you tomorrow. 9 sentences in total. Not a problem. Alright, then do your best tomorrow. Honestly, you're already making it hard for me to tell whether you're an actor or a chef. Alright, head on back. Tomorrow morning at 10:30. Be here right on the dot. See you later. See ya. Outside, far away under the shade of a tree. Do you really believe he can pull off a performance like that? A lot of folks online are saying that was a real-life withdrawal kicking in. We have absolutely no idea what he's actually been through in the past. You actually gave him more screen time, director? Yeah, that last line was just so incredibly cringy and gross. It's totally confirmed. If she isn't sleeping with the director, I'll literally rip my own head off and kick it. Showbiz is such a toxic mess. Nobody's hands are clean, and honestly, I've never claimed to be an angel myself. Otherwise, I wouldn't even try surviving in this industry. I swaggered right off the set and grabbed a cab straight home. Day 3, 11 a.m. At the little diner set. I was totally ready to go. I actually got more screen time, 9 whole lines. And this time, I had my own solo shots. I even got to show my face. An opportunity like this, for a guy who just graduated a year ago and has been stuck playing a bottom-tier background extra, is incredibly rare. Especially since today, I had to cook a state banquet dish, sweet and sour mandarin fish. In the kitchen, my inner master chef totally took over. Camera, action. The wok spatula in my hand immediately went to work. Right at the lunch rush. The diner was buzzing with people digging in. The directors, the leading lady, and myself were all sharing a table. In the center was the main course, sweet and sour mandarin fish. This dish was perfectly crispy on the outside, and tender on the inside, with a beautiful golden orange glaze. The sweet and sour flavor was just right, so incredibly smooth and delicate. It smelled absolutely mouthwatering, and the fish literally melted in your mouth. Paired with that perfect sweet and sour sauce, you just couldn't stop eating it, bite after bite. Everyone was absolutely loving it, even though Sha Wanqing was still glaring at me, the moment she took a bite of this national banquet-level masterpiece. Her jaw practically hit the floor. My god, it's so good. It's insanely good, even at a 5-star restaurant. I've never had fish with this much flavor. I seriously don't get it. Is this guy actually an actor, a complete junkie? Or a professional chef? As for my performance, the director was super thrilled. He felt like I was just showing The true essence of a chef. So throughout the whole shoot, I didn't look like I was acting at all. It was just totally natural and smooth. Even my line delivery was flawless, so realistic you'd swear I actually cooked for a living. After lunch, the director pulled me aside. We stood there under the shade of a tree. "Lou, my boy, give it to me straight. Were you a chef in the past? It's fine, just tell me the truth. It won't affect your job here." "No, seriously, I've never done it. I've just been working as an extra for years since graduation. I'm always hustling for gigs. I'd have zero time to work in a kitchen. I really haven't." "Wow, then your cooking skills are absolutely off the charts. And the way you act is so incredibly real, I genuinely can't tell if you're just being yourself or putting on a show." "Thank you for the compliment, director. I hope you're right." Director? About my pay for today." Hold on, Lou. Listen, what do you think about this? We're gonna rewrite the script overnight. We want to work with you directly, and really flesh out your character. You'll be the fifth male lead, playing the female lead's guardian. Your screen time will depend on how things go, but we need you to stay on set the whole time. For about 3 months. If things go well, you won't have to be an extra anymore. And let me tell you, do not underestimate our little crew. You've gotta know, we've got major production companies backing us up. Tell you what, once this show wraps up, I'll pull some strings and get a chef drama greenlit just for you. How about it? Are you interested?" "Sorry, director. I'm not interested. Just pay me my wages for today." The director was completely dumbfounded. With such a golden opportunity right in front of him, he actually said he wasn't interested. If it were any other extra, hearing a director promise to pitch a brand new show just to build their career, they'd probably fall to their knees, crying their eyes out in gratitude. But this guy couldn't care less. All he cared about was getting his daily pay. "Lou, are you absolutely sure you're not interested?" "I'm not. Are you kidding me? In 1 month, I'm performing on that live acting broadcast show. Who in their right mind would want to be in this low budget, trashy production as the fifth male lead, especially opposite such a terrible female lead?" The director's face darkened. He glared at me for a moment, then turned and stormed off. I was speechless. What a lack of professionalism. I just shrugged it off. But he still had to pay me for today. A few minutes later, the casting director came out. He hurried over to me, lowered his voice, and asked, "You turned down the director's offer?" I nodded, fully expecting him to try and talk me out of it, or throw a sarcastic remark at me like the director did. But his reaction completely surprised me. He chuckled softly and whispered, "Good call. It's better that you said no, Liu Chen. I see a lot of potential in you. This place is just way too small. It can't hold your talent. Here, let's exchange contacts. I'll keep an eye out for better opportunities for you. Here's your pay for today, 1,500. Plus an extra 800 for your hard work cooking lunch today. Alright, head on home now. Get some rest." "Thanks, Director Zhang. Tomorrow is your last day. Push through and finish the shoot, okay?" Regardless of how the director acts, we did sign a contract. "Don't worry, I'm professional enough to handle that." "Sounds good. Oh, and tomorrow's scene involves cooking too. Could you make an authentic Kung Pao chicken?" "That's my absolute favorite." "You got it, but it'll cost extra." "Ha ha ha, you little punk, are you obsessed with money or what?" "Paying extra is fine. It's a deal then." After shaking hands with Zheng Cheng, I thought to myself, making 2,300 in 1 day isn't bad at all. The third day's scene was at noon again, and just as Zheng Cheng predicted, that young director threw a total tantrum. He sulked all morning, snapping at everyone on set over the smallest things. I just shook my head and sighed. Birds of a feather really do flock together. With that kind of emotional intelligence and terrible attitude, he's exactly like Sha Wanqing. No wonder that woman managed to backdoor her way into this production. If they can sleep in the exact same bed, it means they're cut from the exact same cloth. My mind was rock solid. I wasn't bothered by them at all. As for my scenes, I just played myself like always, showing off the full swagger of a master chef. Even if the director wanted to pick a fight, my natural acting meant we nailed it in a single take. In the end, the director had no choice but to take all his frustration out on Sha Wanqing. Because she messed up almost every single take, all our time was wasted on her. I didn't stick around for lunch. Instead, I grabbed my daily pay of 1,500 bucks. Plus the 1,000 out of Zheng Cheng's own pocket for making that Kung Pao chicken. I took the money and bounced. Zheng Cheng hogged that whole plate of Kung Pao chicken all to himself. The director was too embarrassed to eat any, and so was Sha Wanqing. Since neither of them dared to take a bite, naturally, nobody else had the guts to join in either. In the end, Zheng Cheng was smacking his lips away. The taste was absolutely out of this world. I gave myself 3 days off. Because in Zheng Cheng's little indie crew, thanks to the skills the system gave me, I made 4,950 bucks in just 3 days. I'd never been paid like that before. So, I decided to treat myself and upgrade my lifestyle a bit. $300 for some good grub. $300 to buy a bunch of fresh seafood. Man, $300. Once I got home, I slipped right back into my master chef persona. Inside my tiny 30 square meter apartment, I whipped up some absolute top-tier cuisine. I just wanted to chill and enjoy myself. I ate like an absolute king. At the same time, I spent quite a bit of time figuring out the system, like setting up my own roles to practice my acting. I even tried doing some cosplay to get into character, but nope, none of it worked. The system had locked onto the acting profession, so I strictly had to follow the rules of an actor. Just to earn the chance to play a role. There was no cheating it. Guess I'll just stick to being a background extra. It's the fastest way to level up anyway. Plus, that live variety show next month could be a really solid opportunity. I'm seriously looking forward to it. Then, on my 4th day off, I decided to hit the pavement and run around looking for gigs again. But first thing in the morning, I got a call. It was from an unknown number. When I picked up, the guy on the other end had this raspy, older voice that sounded weirdly familiar. Hello there, is this Lu Chen? Yeah, that's me. Who's asking? This is Zhang Weiren. Oh, Mr. Zhang. Hello. Wait, Zhang Weiren. Isn't he the judge from the What is an Actor auditions? Yeah, he was the oldest guy on the judging panel. I can't believe he's actually calling me himself. It must be about the next round of the variety show. Ahem, little Lu, what have you been up to lately? Are you mentally prepared for the big qualifiers next month? Mr. Zhang, I've just been keeping busy with whatever comes my way. As for the qualifiers, I'm just going to give it my best shot so I don't have any regrets. Anyway, I'm just a rookie background actor. I really don't have a ton of pressure or baggage weighing me down. Good. You've got a great attitude, kid. Not bad at all. Oh, little Lu, do you happen to know what I did for a living before I retired? No, sir. Well, before I retired, I was actually a professor over at the Yanjing Film Academy. So, when I saw your resume at the auditions that day, I instantly felt a real connection with you. No wonder on the day of the auditions, after he found out Yi Ming pulled some strings to get in. He was really upset and came over to talk to me. He encouraged me to just take it easy. Turns out he's quite the big shot. Mr. Zhang, so you're a professor at Yanjing University too. I really have to thank you for your encouragement back at the auditions, Mr. Zhang. Oh, don't mention it. Advancing was all your own doing. The way you played that addict. Honestly, in all my years, I, Zhang Weiren, have never seen anyone act it out so realistically. Oh, Mr. Zhang, you flatter me. I was just trying a bit of self-hypnosis, convincing myself I really was an addict. Just playing around with the idea, really. Good kid, if that's you just playing around and you still acted that well. Listen, Lu, the real reason I came to see you today is because I want to ask you something. Go ahead, Mr. Zhang. Well, it's like this. One of my old students has recently become a director. He's directing a modern romance series right now. The guy hasn't been in the industry for very long, so he doesn't have much of a reputation yet. But he's a good kid. At the very least, I think he's got real talent. Right now, his show needs a featured extra. It would probably require being on set for 15 to 20 days. The only problem is, his budget is pretty tight, and since he's not very well known, he's having a hard time finding the right actor for the role. So, he gave me a call, hoping I could do him a favor and find someone who wouldn't charge too much. And you're the first person I thought of. Mr. Zhang, I'm just a regular background actor. How could I possibly be of any help? I'm not exactly a featured actor, you know. Lu, let me ask you something first. My student is looking for a featured extra to play a rich, spoiled villain. The screen time isn't huge. He's your typical walking stereotype. Filthy rich family. We're talking tens of billions in assets. And he's incredibly arrogant and bossy. Just a completely wild and obnoxious personality. Holy crap, a rich kid? With tens of billions to his name? Oh, I am so down for this. Once I play this role, the system will probably just turn me into a real billionaire, right? Mr. Zhang, if you really trust me with this, I'll be completely honest with you. This exact type of stereotypical rich kid you're talking about? I've actually studied the archetype, and I've got some really solid ideas on how to play him. Ha, that's fantastic. Honestly, I have high hopes for you, Lu. You've got natural talent. That's why I want you to have more chances to hone your skills on a proper set. So, come along. I'll get you into the cast. Mr. Zhang, thank you so much for looking out for me. Don't mention it, but listen here, Lu. I need to be straight with you. If you take this, they probably won't pay you the standard rate for a featured extra. Given their tight budget, you'll probably only get the pay of a minor extra. Are you okay with that? Absolutely, no problem at all. I'm just a regular background actor anyway. Getting paid as a minor extra is already a huge step up for me. Haha, then it's a deal. I like your straightforwardness, kid. Tell you what, if you're free today, come with me to the set and do an audition for my student. If it feels right, we'll sign the contract on the spot. You got it, Mr. Jong. I'm heading out right now. Sounds good. I'll wait for you downstairs at the Oriental building. We both hung up the phone. I was absolutely thrilled. A new role already. And it's a rich kid with a net worth of over 10 billion. Am I finally waving goodbye to poverty? As for the paycheck, that really didn't matter anymore. Honestly, a minor featured role pays $300 to $500 a day, while a major one pays $1,500 to $3,000. That's a pretty massive gap. Mr. Jong was looking to pay the rate for a minor role, but have them do the work of a major one. The screen time and workload were bound to be huge. For your average featured extra, they would normally never agree to a deal like this. It's just way too much of a rip-off. But that wasn't a problem for me. I wasn't officially a featured extra to begin with. Strictly speaking, giving me this offer was already flattering me. As for the heavy screen time, to be completely honest, for me, it was nothing but a great chance to hone my skills. Especially now that I had the system. Once I successfully pull off this rich kid role, and the act turns into reality, I might just instantly strike it rich and get on the fast track to success. The Oriental building was a premium-grade office tower. The production crew had rented out the top 2 floors to shoot an urban romance drama on location. Most of the filming took place inside the building, focusing on the office romances of white-collar workers. The rent here definitely wasn't cheap. I stood outside the filming set, taking a good look around. The crew was pretty large. There were way more people here compared to that tiny crew I worked with back in Jingcheng. The director's name was Cheng Jingchuan. He used to be an actor himself. Word was that he acted for a few years without ever making it big, so he simply switched gears to become a director. He was a former student of Mr. Jong, so he still had some pretty decent industry connections. This urban drama was his directorial debut with an investment of over 30 million. It was honestly a bit of a gamble. For the male lead, they brought in a somewhat washed-up actor named Zhao Yuanfan. This guy was stuck with one major label, the Celestial Hound. He actually blew up across the country back in the day for playing the Celestial Hound. But sadly, apart from that one iconic role, he just faded into obscurity. To be fair, he did win a Best Actor award once for a period drama. It's just that in recent years, all the good roles were being handed out to the young, pretty boy idols. Throw in the fact that he rarely created any PR hype and never went on variety shows for a quick cash grab. It just led to him slowly fading completely out of the public eye. He eventually reached the point where he couldn't land a single role. It was honestly pretty tragic. As for the female lead in this show, she was a complete rookie, a film academy student just like me. Her name was Zhang Ruotang. She was the most beautiful girl in the class of 2023 at Yanjing Film Academy. She hadn't even graduated yet. Rumor had it that both the male lead, Zhao Yuanfan, and the female lead, Zhang Ruotang, were only brought on board because of Mr. Zhang's connections. You could really tell just how much pull Mr. Zhang had in the industry. After waiting for about 10 minutes or so, I heard a voice. "Hey, Lu, come over here." "Coming, Mr. Zhang." I quickly turned around and hurried over, bumping right into Cheng Jingchuan as he stepped out. My first impression? This Cheng Jingchuan was incredibly thin. He was wearing a hat and his face was covered in rough stubble. You couldn't see a trace of the sunny, youthful actor he used to be. He looked just like your typical grumpy director. He had this deliberately grown-out beard and was dressed super casually. His face was totally blank and expressionless. Honestly, that made sense. He must have heard all about my background from Mr. Zhang. No matter how much Mr. Zhang hyped me up, at the end of the day, I was still just an extra. The absolute lowest level of extra, at that. By all rights, I should have been the one going inside to see him. But instead, he had come outside with Mr. Zhang. He was probably 100% annoyed about it. Mr. Zhang called me over. "Lu, my boy, this is Director Cheng." "Cheng, this is Lu Chen, the kid I was telling you about." "Hello, Director Cheng." "Hello, Mr. Zhang recommended you. We'll do a screen test in a bit. If you're good enough, you stay. If you bomb it, don't go complaining to Mr. Zhang." "I won't, sir." "Little he, get over here." A young girl quickly came running over. One look and you could tell she was an assistant. She was sweating profusely as he pointed at me. "Take this. What's your name again?" "Number 13, reading for the injury scene, Li, Number 3, Chen. Chen. Number 13, reading for Zhang Xian. Lu Chen. For the audition, right. Take Lu Chen to get changed into a costume. We'll do a screen test for him. Have him read for Zhao Tianyi's part." "Got it." The assistant, little he, rushed over to me. "Hello, Mr. Lu. Please, follow me inside." "Thank you." Mr. Zhang, he's way too young. I don't see even a tiny shred of arrogance or a domineering presence in him. If anything, he just oozes this cheap, pitiful vibe. Just give him a try, come on. You saw the video from the open casting. He played that drug addict to absolute perfection. I truly believe he has the chops for this. Mr. Zhang, it's not like you don't know how many people in this industry are actually doing drugs. You know exactly what I mean. Was he really just acting? I highly doubt it. Ha ha ha. Cheng, I've warned you about this. You have no right to speak without knowing the facts. Don't just slap labels on people. Watch his audition before you judge. Cheng Jinchuan went totally silent. Don't you trust my eye for talent? Inside, the makeup artist gave my face a quick wipe down. She cleaned off the grease and applied a light layer of makeup. Then it was time to get dressed. They put me in this ridiculously flashy pink suit, along with plaid dress pants and a pair of luxury brand leather shoes. I even had a Piaget watch strapped to my wrist. A knockoff, obviously. There was a chunky gold chain around my neck, and they unbuttoned the top of my shirt. Just enough to show off a little chest muscle. My look was complete. Standing in front of the mirror, I stared at my reflection and frowned deeply. What the hell was this look? Was this supposed to be an arrogant, filthy rich heir? This just looked like a total dumbass. Nowadays, when TV shows portray arrogant rich kids, they go for that ruthless Zhao Tai vibe from The Big Shot. If you want to show off that you're loaded, to show true arrogance and absolute lawlessness, you don't even need an over-the-top outfit to back it up. Just one specific pattern of behavior is enough to show it perfectly. And that is madness. Pure, lawless madness. But expecting to pull off lawless wearing this? Yeah, right. I just kept shaking my head. The little assistant next to me, Xiao He, blinked, leaned in, and asked, looking all confused. Mr. Liu, why do you keep shaking your head? Do you think this outfit looks bad? It's not that it looks bad. It looks absolutely terrible. Can I just style myself? Don't worry, I'll talk to Director Cheng about it myself. Alright then. I immediately walked into the wardrobe room, and started putting together my look. Director Cheng Jingchuan and Zhang Weiren arrived shortly after. I walked out of the wardrobe room, wearing a very simple blue suit. A white shirt and just one pop of color, a red tie. I sprayed my hair wet myself, giving off this unhinged, deadbeat vibe. Xiao He, didn't I tell you to put him in Zhao Tianyi's costume? What the hell is this? Director Cheng, I changed it myself. Honestly, that original outfit for Zhao Tianyi doesn't scream arrogant, filthy rich heir. It screams absolute idiot. You're just an extra and you're calling my villain design idiotic? You really think you're some kind of hotshot, huh? Cheng Jingchuan was pissed. He had originally hoped that Zhang Weiren could pull some strings to find a top-tier guest actor. Because, even though this rich kid role doesn't have a lot of screen time, the conflicts are intense. It's actually a pretty big mini-climax for the whole show. Plus, having Zhang Weiren find someone meant the price would be highly negotiable. The ideal plan was to pay a mid-level or low-level actor's friendship rate, but get a top-tier guest actor to make a cameo. He never expected that the guy Zhang Weiren brought in was indeed hired at a low-level rate, but turned out to be just a basic, regular extra. Are you kidding me right now? Sure, a little while back, this Liu Chen guy put on a mind-blowing acting performance during a variety show audition, and even managed to alert the cops. And yeah, they cleared it up later, saying it was just an act. But come on, how believable is that? If this were any other industry, maybe. But in the entertainment circle? Everyone knows exactly how things work. With the neighborhood watch constantly snooping and reporting people, who can actually prove Liu Chen is 100% innocent? And now, Zhang Weiren brings him here, and even gives him a speaking role rate? Does he even deserve it? Either way, Cheng Jingchuan was annoyed. He felt like Mr. Zhang totally dropped the ball this time, just dragging in some random guy to fool him. Looking at the outfit I put together, Cheng Jingchuan really wanted to chew me out. But for the sake of Zhang Weiren's pride, he bit his tongue. He had to at least go through the motions, or else things would get too awkward. So, Cheng Jingchuan called me over to the sofa on the side. Along with Zhang Weiren, the three of us sat down, and he prepared to give a quick rundown of the scene. He wanted me to do a screen test, and sent someone to go grab the female lead. He was going to have her run the scene with me. In Director Cheng's show, the rich kid is named Zhao Tianyi. The Zhao family is loaded, worth tens of billions. Zhao Tianyi is your textbook playboy. Arrogant, reckless, and completely full of himself. The kind of guy who thinks money buys everything. He's an early-stage villain who just won't stop harassing the female lead. And the female lead and the male lead, Zhao Yuanfan, are actually a couple. A real May to December romance. Zhao Yuanfan plays a 40-year-old middle-aged guy, while the female lead is a fresh-out-of-college white-collar worker. Because of a little accident, she gets tangled up with the taxi driver, Zhao Yuanfan. It's just your typical cliché story. And the scene I'm auditioning for today is the scene where the female lead gets cornered by a rich kid right at the company entrance. The script demands the rich kid to show off this insanely arrogant, completely insufferable attitude. So that's the scene. Any questions? Aligning with the upcoming rich kid role. Congratulations, host. You have become a true rich kid. Holy crap, I really became a rich kid. So, this massive 10 billion fortune belongs to my parents? Damn it, it's not even mine. This system takes things way too literally. It's honestly hilarious. So, I really did become a rich kid. If I snap out of this rich kid character, will the wealth my parents just got disappear too? Probably not, right? Plus, this setup actually isn't half bad. Ever since I crossed over to this world, I've gotten to experience that genuine fatherly and motherly love all over again. My dad in this life is an honest, hardworking carpenter, and my mom is a worker at a local grocery store. With such a meager income, the two of them managing to raise me. And even getting me into college, they truly went through a lot of hardships. That's exactly why, after graduating and renting my own place, I could only afford that ridiculously rundown one-bedroom apartment way out in the suburbs. But poor as we were, my love for my parents in this life is incredibly deep. Especially for my mom, so, this outcome is actually perfect. Across from me, seeing my weird expression, Chang Jinchuan actually thought I was struggling with it. If you don't think you can pull it off, then let's just drop it. I can hook you up with a role as an extra. You can just tag along and learn a bit more, that works too. I suddenly snapped back to reality, and the look in my eyes toward Chang Jinchuan completely changed. It became arrogant, and downright sinister. Who exactly are you saying can't pull it off? Holy crap, you scared the hell out of me. I seriously wasn't ready for that. What just happened? Did you just get into character? You caught the vibe that fast? And that intensity was really freaking terrifying. Right, that is exactly what we need. Zhang Ruotang. Coming. I'm so sorry, director. I just ran to the restroom. Oh, Mr. Zhang, you're here too. Haha, little Zhang, why are you running over here all covered in sweat? This youthful, gorgeous girl standing right in front of us is the campus beauty of the Yanjing Film Academy's class of 2023. Even though she hasn't graduated yet, Zhang Weiren had a strong gut feeling that this girl's journey to stardom would be absolute smooth sailing. So, he pulled her onto the set when she was only a sophomore, just to get some early practice with the crew. This Zhang Ruotang is actually the granddaughter of an old friend of Zhang Weiren. You could say she's well connected, and Zhang Weiren was more than happy to throw some extra resources her way. You try out a scene with him. Just do that part in the script with Zhao Tianyu down by the company lobby. Get into character right here, right now. Try out that scene with Lu Chen where you get cornered downstairs. Any questions? And no problem. Saying she had no problem was a total lie. Actually, there was a bit of a problem. Because it was just way too rushed. She was still just a student, after all. But the director had already given the word, especially Mr. Zhang. She'd just have to bite the bullet and act. And with that, the floor was cleared out. A crowd had gathered around the edges to watch the excitement. Chang Jingchuan and Zhang Weiren sat further back, staring at the monitors. The scene began. Surprise. Ha 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 ha. Zhao Tianyi, how did you get here? Looking at me not far ahead, I slowly walked over. There wasn't any overly dramatic expression on my face, just this subtle sense of absolute disdain. The corners of my mouth curled up slightly. Honestly, it's a pretty standard way to play it. But here comes the kicker, spreading both hands wide, shoulders swaying slightly from side to side, one high, one low. This posture, this body language, it completely nailed that unbridled arrogance. Just look at the way he walks. This isn't your textbook acting. This is a raw, unapologetic arrogance radiating straight from the bones. Little Cheng, you've got all the acting theory down pat. But your actual grasp of the craft, it's always been a bit shallow. Sometimes, a role isn't just acted out. It's felt from within. Take this Lu Chen. Do you know his family background? He comes from a really poor family. His dad's a carpenter, the kind where if there's work, they eat, and if there's not, they go broke. His mom works at a local grocery store. With a background like that, do you honestly think he'd naturally carry the vibe of a spoiled rich kid? Absolutely not. But right now, this walking posture, this sheer arrogance, do you know where it comes from? It comes from pure intuition. Sometimes, having that natural instinct matters way more than hard work. Acting takes real talent. Scene 2. I blocked Zhang Ruotang's path, gently pressing one hand against the edge of her hair, sliding it down slowly. You're avoiding me. Zhang Ruotang could actually hear the bone-chilling threat in that tone. Such a simple, seemingly tender move, actually sent a shiver of genuine danger right to the core of Zhang Ruotang's heart. A real sense of danger. The kind that doesn't belong on a film set. She truly felt violated by me, especially with that look in my eyes. It looked sleazy, but underneath, it was incredibly cold. Oh my god, this guy is actually violating me. He's blatantly staring at my chest. In a split second, a wave of intense shame crashed over Zhang Ruotang. With her blood boiling, she violently shoved me away. What are you doing? Get away from me. See that? Zhang Ruotang was totally out of the zone before this. But Lu Chen completely pulled her into the scene. That shove was a pure gut reaction. It's only because Zhang Ruotang genuinely felt it that she'd have such a subconscious reaction. So, Lu Chen must have made her feel truly threatened. Mr. Zhang, do you think he's actually using the scene to cop a feel? Little Cheng, what kind of nonsense is that? Does that sound like something a director should say? I'm sorry, I was just thinking out loud. He knew Cheng Jingchuan pretty well. The student had a lot of natural talent and flair. The type of guy who just couldn't act. He never had that breakthrough. But sitting in the director's chair, it completely ignited his creative passion and this obsessive drive for perfection. Zhang Weiren saw a lot of potential in him, but Cheng Jingchuan also suffered from all the classic bad habits of a director. Right now, Cheng Jingchuan probably had his eyes set on Zhang Ruotang. Sometimes, the way they protected Zhang Ruotang was totally out of line, but there was no reasoning with it. Zhang Weiren wasn't his dad, either, so he just chose to look the other way to save himself the headache. So Zhang Weiren kept his mouth shut, and the two of them went back to staring at the monitors. Take 3. I grabbed Zhang Ruotang by the wrist. She let out a scream and thrashed around a few times. The whole scene was enough to make anyone's blood boil. Normally, if you saw a guy bullying a girl like this, some tough guy on the street would definitely step in to help. But suddenly, everyone saw me. Snap my head toward where Cheng Jingchuan and Zhang Weiren were sitting, point my finger right at them. And with absolute murder in my eyes, I roared. What the hell are you filming? Get that camera out of my face. Cheng Jingchuan's face turned completely green. Right then, I whipped my head to the other side, glared at a few crew members standing by, and snapped. What are you staring at? Get lost. Those crew members looked totally stunned, because my eyes were locked dead onto them. There was zero doubt in their minds that if they kept staring, I would literally march over and start throwing punches. It was incredibly arrogant. So arrogant that everybody wanted to jump in and beat me up. Sitting behind the monitor, Cheng Jingchuan looked ready to explode. I had been staring right at him when I yelled. He had every reason to suspect I was using the scene as an excuse to insult him. Take 4. Zhang Ruotang was struggling even harder now. She was genuinely terrified. Her face turned ghost white. Her lips lost all their color, and she fought with everything she had to break free from my grip. She was screaming for help at the top of her lungs. The entire set was dead silent. You could hear a pin drop. Almost everyone was staring at the scene, absolutely dumbfounded. Anyone could see that Zhang Ruotang was actually terrified. Why wasn't Lu Chen stopping? Zhang Ruotang's eyes were totally red, and her tears were falling like rain. Her body went completely limp. She was only held up because I had one leg pressed right beneath her. That was the only thing keeping her from sliding to the floor. The position was definitely humiliating. But right now, she was literally paralyzed by fear. The look in this guy's eyes. He wasn't looking at her like she was a woman. To him, she was probably just a tool to vent his rage on. Zhang Ruotang even started to have this twisted illusion, just like the female lead in the script, that she really had been violated by him before. Please let me go. But I didn't loosen my grip at all. I just stood there, staring down at her with a sick, playful smirk. Right then, behind the monitor, Zhang Weiren finally snapped out of it. Cut. The very split second he said that, I immediately reached out and caught Zhang Ruotang by the shoulders. Zhang Ruotang froze, and in the very next second, she burst into loud, heavy sobs. Everyone was absolutely stunned. They were completely blown away by my acting. Whether it was the lead actress, Zhang Ruotang, or the crew members crowding around to watch. Almost every single person had been pulled right into the scene by my raw emotion. The way I was recklessly swearing just a moment ago, that ridiculously arrogant, completely lawless look in my eyes. The way I choked Zhang Ruotang with one hand, pressing my leg right up against her, it was such a vile, degrading move. All of it gave people the immediate, undeniable feeling that I was nothing but a lawless, rich, spoiled brat. But the moment Zhang Weiren yelled cut, that intense aura just vanished. I instantly turned back into a completely different person. It was like absolute magic. Off in the distance, the female lead, Zhang Ruotang, finally stopped crying, with her assistant and a few crew members comforting her. She sat back in her chair, staring blankly at my silhouette, her mind spinning in total emotional chaos. That scene we just shot actually gave her a kind of illusion. It was as if I had actually assaulted her in real life, leaving her with this deep, lingering hatred toward me. But we were just playing our parts. Zhang Ruotang herself couldn't figure out how she got so intensely caught up in the scene. She couldn't snap out of it for the longest time. Meanwhile, on the other side, director Cheng Jingchuan's mind was in absolute turmoil. He never expected in a million years that I could portray the role of a spoiled rich kid with such chilling perfection. From a purely instinctual level, the Lu Chen standing there just now was practically a real-life wealthy heir. There was absolutely no doubt about it. He was wildly arrogant, completely domineering, vicious, and absolutely ruthless. It was just unbelievable. Only Jong Wyran was visibly thrilled. He patted me heavily on the shoulder and laughed, "Little Lou. That was amazing. Just absolutely fantastic. That performance you just gave, in all my years working in this industry. It is the absolute best I have ever seen. Truly, bar none. It was so incredibly vivid and lifelike. In my eyes, you were simply a lawless, untouchable rich brat. Thank you for the huge compliment, Mr. Jong. Is the female lead okay, though? I feel like I might have genuinely scared her a bit just now." She's fine, she's fine. Think of it as you giving her a free masterclass. It's an incredibly valuable lesson, too. You couldn't even buy that kind of experience with tuition money. Alright, Cheng, are you satisfied with that performance? More than satisfied. To be completely honest, that level of depth and skill is nowhere near what a mere extra should have. Lou, have you really never signed with an agency? Never. I've just been doing odd jobs on sets ever since I graduated. A strong desire slowly began to brew in Cheng Jinchuan's heart. Even though he had been a bit dismissive of me earlier, he was now deeply shaken to his core. This kid had real, raw talent. Someone that even Jong Wyran couldn't stop praising. Lou, let me be straight with you. Your performance completely blew my expectations out of the water. Just based on that scene alone, I can personally guarantee that our agency will sign you right now. Are you interested? Sign with us, spend a few years honing your craft on my sets, and I promise you, you're going to be an absolute superstar. What do you say? I'm really sorry, Director Cheng, but I don't want to sign with any agency just yet. I'd rather polish my skills for a few more years first. I hand you an incredible opportunity like this, and you turn it down without a second thought? Kid, you're just an extra. Listen, Lou, our agency is backed by the Yanjing Culture Media Group. I know, Mr. Zhang actually mentioned that to me when we arrived. Director Cheng, I really appreciate the offer. Lou, won't you seriously reconsider? You'd get way more chances to hone your skills by joining my crew. Mr. Zhang, Director Cheng, what if I'm only good at playing this specific type of rich kid? What if I'm completely clueless about other roles and just can't pull them off? Wouldn't you guys regret signing me then? And once you start regretting it, you might just put me on ice and shelve my career. Honestly, I'd rather just grind it out on my own for a few more years. The way I see it, working as an extra, and taking on all these little background roles is a perfectly good way to sharpen my acting skills. Cheng Jinchuan and Zhang Weiren exchanged a long look. After all, they didn't really know him yet, and they had no idea just how versatile he could actually be. So, the kid actually had a point. Rather than risking his future and ending up permanently shelved, it really was safer to practice for a few more years. A clear-headed, grounded young man like this was incredibly rare. And the more I acted this way, the more Zhang Weiren seemed to like me. In the entertainment industry, it's incredibly rare to find actors who aren't desperate for quick fame these days. Alright then, I'll respect your decision. But let's be friends from now on. If you ever feel the time is right, you can definitely think about coming over to our agency. You know, the company backing us is no joke. Alright, thank you, Director Cheng. So, what about the role this time? No problem at all. The role of Zhao Tianji is yours and yours alone. Let's sign the contract right now. Also, Teacher Zhang mentioned giving you the rate for a minor featured role, but I think that's a bit too low. Let's sign you on with the rate of a medium featured role. You just make sure to give me your absolute best performance. Thanks, Director Cheng. The two of them reached out and shook hands. This time, it was a genuinely firm, solid handshake. After that, they went through the process of signing the contract. The daily rate for a medium featured role is between 600 and 1,200. The usually stingy Cheng Jingtuan, wanting to leave a good impression on me, straight up gave me 800 a day. There aren't a ton of scenes, so I'll probably need to be on set for 15 to 20 days. Perfect. If we calculate it based on 20 days, I'll be making a sweet 16,000. After sorting everything out, it was just about noon. I managed to score a meal from the crew, enjoying a 30 yuan lunchbox. Right in the middle of eating, my phone started ringing. It was my mom calling. My heart skipped a beat. Under normal circumstances, if nothing was going on at home, my mom usually wouldn't call me. Could it be that the wealth has arrived? The system did say that before midnight tonight, my parents would receive tens of billions in wealth, but it didn't specify the exact time. Could it be happening right now? Hello, Mom? Do you need something? What are you up to, son? Mom, I'm eating on set right now, what's up? What's up, you ask? Oh, son, did you sign the contract yet? I got a medium featured role. Oh my god, son. You're actually a medium featured actor now? You're not just an extra anymore? Mom, is there really a need to be so surprised? Your son was bound to shake off the extra label sooner or later. I told you, but you never believed me. You have way too little faith in me. Haha, I have 100% faith in my son. Oh, give me a break. Alright, you're calling me at this hour, just spit it out. Well, it's nothing major, I just wanted to let you know. Your grandpa suddenly got a wild idea. I don't know why, but he insists on taking a trip back to our old hometown. Why is grandpa going back to the old hometown? Sigh, your grandpa is getting senile. Today, he suddenly started rambling on, saying that our family still has some antiques buried in the backyard of the old house. He said he almost forgot about them. He says he needs to go back and dig them up today. What kind of antiques? Your grandpa says they are old family heirlooms. He claims some are from the Ming and Qing dynasties, and others are from the Republic of China era. Anyway, he says it's a ton of jade, jewelry, and stuff like that. Worth tens of billions, apparently. I completely spit out the drink I had just taken a sip of. Beside me, Zhang Weiren shot me a bewildered look. I hurriedly grabbed my phone and stood up, giving him an awkward smile. So sorry about that. I'm going to step outside to take this call. Mom, the tens of billions grandpa mentioned, it couldn't actually be. Sigh, your grandpa is getting old, son. He's been terribly confused these past couple of years. He insists on going back, so your dad and I are going with him. I just wanted to let you know, so you don't panic if you come home and we aren't there. And get all worked up. Mom, wait, these old antiques grandpa mentioned. Do you seriously not remember them at all? Oh, you silly kid. Are you getting senile too? Honestly, he just wants to visit his old hometown. Did you actually think your grandpa had a bunch of hidden treasures? But hey, what if he does? Ha ha ha, well, if he actually does. We'll save them up to pay for your wedding. Alright, I'm hanging up now. Your grandpa is in a rush to leave. He's already downstairs. I just stood there, completely speechless. Alright then, so this is how the 10 billion fortune came about. System, you are seriously amazing. I can't believe you pulled off such a crazy stunt. Using my own grandpa, of all people. He's been senile for over 2 years now, but suddenly he's clear-headed. It's fine, though. At least this 10 billion fortune isn't from some shady source. Plus, if they really are genuine antiques, we wouldn't even need that many. Just a dozen or so pieces could easily be worth over 10 billion. I let out a long sigh of relief. At the same time, it proved one thing. I've officially switched back to normal. But the 10 billion fortune didn't just vanish. It arrived right on schedule. This proves that the status buff I received actually happened to me in real life. It's just that, my life as a billionaire heir is way too under the radar. Knowing my mom and dad, even if they confirm that those antiques are actually worth 10 billion, they probably wouldn't breathe a word about it to anyone. Suddenly, I heard footsteps behind me. Very soft. And the person slowly walking up to me was the leading actress, Zhang Ruo Tang. She looked a bit awkward, holding one arm with her other hand. I turned around, and took the initiative to say hello. I really did scare the poor girl. I couldn't blame her, though. Zhang Ruo Tang is only a sophomore, so she still has that student mindset. And she still has, at least some of that youthful, innocent charm. She nervously tried to look me in the eye, and forced a little smile. I'm so sorry about earlier. My intense acting probably terrified you, huh? I didn't even get a chance to apologize. I'm really sorry. Are you feeling okay now? I'm fine. She instantly looked so much more relaxed. She walked over to my side, and let out a huge sigh. Did I completely embarrass myself out there? No, you did great. Oh, don't lie to me. Honestly, I'm barely holding it together as the lead. The only reason I got this role is because Professor Zhang is an old friend of my grandpa's. And Director Cheng is his student. That's the only reason I even got to audition for the lead. But I know exactly where my skill level is. I stayed quiet. I just turned my head and looked at her. She really is incredibly pretty. Her overall vibe and aura are amazing too. No wonder she stood out in an environment like the Film Academy. And became the campus belle for the class of 2023. Usually, the top beauty of any class at the academy ends up becoming a massive star. So, as long as her luck isn't terrible, Zhang Ruo Tang definitely has a chance to make it big. Right now, though, she's still very much acting like a student. She literally cried from fear while acting opposite me, and her body even had a physical reaction to it. This made her somewhat panicked. I knew exactly how she felt. And I also knew she came out to chat with me just to shake off that mental and physical discomfort. After all, we'd be working together for almost 20 days. So, I just stood outside, and made some small talk with her. It would also help with our upcoming shoot. As we kept chatting, on Zhang Ruotang's face, I finally saw a bright, relaxed smile slowly appear. In the afternoon, the rich kid scenes officially began shooting, with me going all out in my rich kid role. Zhang Ruotang got into character faster and faster. Too bad both of our scenes were straight-up thrillers. It was basically the rich kid relentlessly obsessing over a fresh college grad. And when he couldn't have her, he started stalking her. So, Zhang Ruotang was constantly scared to tears. But the more she acted like this, the more she subconsciously hypnotized herself. She kept feeling like I had actually violated her physically. By the time we finished shooting for the afternoon, Jang Ruotang didn't even dare to look me in the eyes. In her mind, she was literally being torn apart by my two different faces. One was the sunny and handsome Lu Chen, and the other was the fierce and vicious Zhao Tianyi. So, as filming went on, Jang Ruotang even started having these wild delusions. She almost wanted to just let herself be conquered by the cruel, vicious Zhao Tianyi. Because she felt that after being conquered, she would finally be able to see the bright, smiling Lu Chen again. After wrapping up the day's shoot, I headed home. I was actually feeling pretty relaxed. Mainly because everyone else was trying so hard to get into character just to keep up with me. But for me, stepping into the rich kid role was just like returning to my true self. It was purely natural acting. I could be as arrogant as I wanted. So it was a breeze. Sometimes, forcing yourself to fake an emotion is incredibly exhausting. The female lead, Jang Ruotang, was actually pretty grateful to me. Because whenever she acted opposite me, she could get into character in seconds. Back in my little rented apartment, I took a quick shower. Just as I walked into the bedroom, my phone started ringing. I picked it up. It was my mom calling. My heart skipped a beat. Could it be? Did we finally get our hands on that 10 billion fortune? I quickly answered, "Hey, Mom. Calling so late, do you have some good news?" Son, we struck it rich." "Mom, what do you mean we struck it rich?" "We really did. Your grandpa actually had a rare moment of clarity today. He took us to the backyard of the old house and dug up a hidden cellar. Inside, it was completely filled with antiques. Your grandpa was telling the truth." My mom started crying. I felt a sudden wave of emotion. My parents had been poor their entire lives. Seeing so many valuable things all at once, it'd be crazy if they weren't excited. "Mom, calm down a bit. Take a deep breath. Think about it carefully. Right? So, Grandpa was actually a wealthy man all along. And what does that make you? You're the eldest daughter of a rich family. Mom, let's keep it together, okay? You're a high-class lady now." "To hell with that high-class lady crap. Son, your dad is going absolutely crazy with joy. He's still pulling your grandpa around, asking him a million questions. All those antiques look incredibly valuable. Seems like there are hundreds of pieces. According to your grandpa, they could be worth tens of billions. That's great. What on earth?" I said, "That's great." "Son, you're not hearing me. I'm saying all those antiques belong to our family now. They could be worth tens of billions." "Yeah, I got it. Tens of billions. Son, have you lost your mind? We're sitting on tens of billions in treasure. Why are you acting like you didn't hear me? Aren't you excited? What's there to be excited about? Those things belong to you guys, not me. Grandpa left them to you. Just use them to enjoy a better life, alright? You brat, what's ours is yours. How much money could the two of us possibly spend anyway? Knowing our luck, we might just kick the bucket in a couple of years. Then all of it goes straight to you." "Oh, come on, don't say stuff like that. We're finally striking it rich, so stop jinxing yourselves. Just remember to keep your wealth hidden. Find a safe way to sell a few pieces. And treat yourselves to a better life. If you're worried about handling it, I can help you out." "Treat ourselves to what?" "Your dad and I are on the same page. We're locking all of this away safely. It's your future wedding fund. Not this again. I'm not arguing about this with you. Look, you two are literal billionaires now. You figure out what to do. I'll be visiting in a bit. And if I see you haven't upgraded your lifestyle, then I'll do it for you. But son, I'm telling you, this is all for you." "Mom, I really need to get some sleep." "Hey, listen, you're acting so weird. We have 10 billion in treasure, not $100. How can you be so?" "Mom, remember, keep it a secret." I'm hanging up now. With that, I ended the call. And tossed my phone aside. What's the rush to get married anyway? I'm not going to settle for just anyone. It has to be true love. Besides, with tens of billions to my name, saving it for a wedding is just ridiculous. Knowing my folks, they're probably going to lock up every single piece. And refuse to sell a thing. So, I definitely need to visit them soon. I have to force them to enjoy life a little. As for the antiques themselves, I'm really not worried. Dad is a notorious penny pincher. And he's been incredibly cautious his whole life. With a personality like his, there's no way he'll let the secret slip. Earlier this afternoon, I signed a contract with Cheng Jingchuan. My 20 days of filming are wrapped up. I'll take a couple of days to rest. And then it's off to shoot the live broadcast for that What is an Actor show. I'm really looking forward to it. I closed my eyes and within minutes, I was snoring away. For the 20 days that followed, I treated it just like a 9 to 5. I clocked in on set every single day. During that time, Zhang Weiren showed up daily. He stood there watching every single one of my scenes. The more he watched, the more mind-blown he actually was. For a veteran mentor of his caliber to actually be so fixated on my performance. You couldn't see a single trace of acting. It was almost like I had a total split personality. The moment the cameras started rolling, I instantly transformed into that arrogant, unhinged rich kid. But the second the director yelled cut, I'd snap right back to being a normal guy. It was absolutely mind-blowing. That kind of acting was just pure and unfiltered, you know? Directors Chang Jingchuan and Zhang Weiren were totally thrilled. They felt like they'd struck absolute gold. At the very least, the rich kid scenes were pulled off flawlessly. But as for everyone else, honestly, it was pretty miserable for them. The male lead, Zhao Yuanfan, had already been beaten up several times. And I'm talking real slaps to the face. I never held back. Even though the beatings caught him off guard, he's a veteran actor after all. He knew I was perfectly in the zone, so he just had to grit his teeth and take it. Then there were the extras in the scenes, getting chewed out over every little thing. Cursing at them was just a daily routine, but the one who suffered the most was definitely the female lead, Zhang Ruotang. She was tormented every single day. My rich kid scenes heavily relied on intense, explosive conflicts. So, naturally, she had a ton of crying scenes. She used to be pretty bad at crying on cue, but after acting opposite me, it was like her tear ducts had completely burst open. Her tears would just endlessly pour down, like a broken string of pearls. Just like that, our 20-day contract ended in the blink of an eye. My scenes wrapped up perfectly. We finished work at 8:30 that night. Chang Jingchuan immediately took the crew out to a nice restaurant, just to grab a bite together and chat about our future plans. Chang Jingchuan really wanted to keep me around, so he specifically ordered a massive seafood feast. He even ordered 2 incredibly expensive bottles of red wine. At the dinner table, Zhang Weiren and Zhang Ruotang sat right by my side. Everyone was eating, drinking, and just having a great time. The dinner dragged on until past 12 midnight. By the end of it, I was completely wasted. I definitely drank way too much. Mainly because I wanted to show respect to Zhang Weiren. This veteran of the industry genuinely saw something special in me, and he absolutely adored my work. So I didn't hold back. I drank quite a bit with him. After settling the bill, everyone headed downstairs. We were all feeling pretty tipsy. Chang Jingchuan called over his little assistant, Xiaohe. Xiaohe, you make sure Lu Chen gets home safely. Mr. Zhang and I will grab a cab. And Zhang Ruotang, you're coming with me. Director Cheng, I think I'll be the one taking Lu Chen home. Zhang Ruotang suddenly walked right up to me, aggressively grabbing my arm and throwing it over her shoulder. Xiaohe just stood there, completely dumbfounded. Zhang Ruotang hadn't actually drunk much that night. She stuck to sugar-free drinks the whole time, since actresses have to watch their weight. So, she was completely sober. I'll make sure he gets home safely. Honestly, my place is super close to where Lu Chen lives anyway. It's right on my way, and I haven't had a single drop of alcohol. Don't worry, I'll hail a cab and get him out of here. After saying that, ignoring everyone's staring eyes, she turned around and practically dragged me toward the side of the road. Chang Jingchuan tried to stop her, but Zhang Weiren immediately reached out and blocked him. Little Cheng, just let her go. You're not going to stop her. Chang Jingchuan's hand completely froze, and then he slowly lowered it. The muscles in his face twitched awkwardly. After all, everyone there knew exactly what was going on. He knew exactly what would happen when Zhang Ruotang volunteered to take Lu Chen home tonight. Things like this were super common in the industry, but Chang Jingchuan just felt incredibly pissed off. The rookie he had been carefully cultivating for himself just got snatched away like that. 40 minutes later, Zhang Ruotang, sweating profusely, helped me all the way back to her place. She never even planned on taking me back to my own home. Human connections are just weird like that. In just over 20 days, I had completely won Zhang Ruotang over. It was a really complicated feeling. Zhang Ruotang admired me, so when she faced the character of Zhao Tianyi, she felt this overwhelming urge to just surrender. She wanted to yield to that lawless arrogance and absolute wildness. It was exactly this extremely conflicted mindset that gave her the impulse to bring me home. Well, this kind of thing was bound to happen sooner or later anyway. So, that night, I was all dizzy and just completely gave in. The next morning, around 10 o'clock, when I groggily dragged myself out of bed, I finally realized this wasn't my house. And it wasn't a hotel, either. I rubbed my temples hard. Thinking back carefully, the flashes of last night slowly surfaced in my mind. Damn it, I've been totally taken advantage of. I suddenly threw back the covers to take a look. Those little red stains blooming like peach blossoms were glaringly obvious. Super eye-catching. So who exactly took the loss here? I turned my head and looked around. Zhang Ruotang probably wasn't home. There was a sticky note on the nightstand next to me. I casually picked it up and skimmed it. There's breakfast in the kitchen. I was the one who initiated it last night, so please don't feel any pressure. I couldn't help but chuckle. Alright then, we're all adults here. A night of passion like this, without much emotional foundation. really isn't much of a burden at all, especially in the entertainment industry. It's just that Zhang Ruotang actually taking the initiative really caught me by surprise. Whatever, I'm not gonna think about it. I got out of bed and glanced back one more time at those peach blossom stains on the sheets. I felt somewhat strange inside. This Zhang Ruotang is seriously bold. Just bringing me home like that. I took a look around her bedroom. It was pretty nice. You could tell right away from the pink tones that it was a total girly room. I stepped out of the bedroom and took a stroll around the rest of the place. The house wasn't small. Looks like her family has some decent money. I walked into the kitchen and breakfast was already laid out on the dining table. I instantly felt starving, so I immediately walked over and started stuffing my face. After eating, I took a quick shower. 1 hour later, I left Zhang Ruotang's house. Time to focus up. This can only be a beautiful encounter. After all, the two of us really don't have any deep feelings for each other. At least, I just feel so-so about her. Other than her being pretty, we don't really click. Better just focus on the system. There's still 1 week left. What is an actor is about to start shooting? It's gonna be a live broadcast. When the time comes, from the qualifiers all the way to the regional finals, as long as I can keep advancing, I should be able to experience at least dozens of different roles, right?